of you to spend a few moments of your precious time with an old man such as I. It is, as you know, the busiest season of the year, and I might add, my favorite. A season for giving and laughing, of joy and brotherly love. Ah yes, my friends, it is the Christmas holiday. You see before you today a content man, but it was not always so. It was just one Christmas Eve ago that I received the most unusual gift. A gift that back then I believed I had no need for. A gift that changed this cold heart into one of warmth and love. A gift that at the time I would have never asked for. You see, I was blinded to the beauties of life, and it took this gift to open my eyes. This priceless gift turned these selfish hands into hands of service and love. Like this cane, it enabled a bitter, bent old man to stand proudly and learn to live again. It's funny how one night of events can change a man's way of thinking forever.
Excuse me, sir?
Yes, sir. Tim! Tim, my boy, is that you? Come on over here and let me have a look at you. How is the leg doing, sir?
Much better. You're going to tell him the story, aren't you, Scrooge?
Why, yes, of course, Tim. That's why I'm here. As I was saying, it was just one Christmas Eve ago that I received a most unusual gift.
Anybody's in there.
They've probably all gone home for the evening.
It is Christmas Eve, you know.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas!
Are you Mr. Marley or Mr. Scrooge?
Neither. My name is Cratchit, Bob Cratchit. I'm employed by Mr. Scrooge.
And what about Mr. Marley?
Oh, Marley? Oh, why, Jacob Marley. Why, yes, he died 7 years ago this very night.
But the sign says Scrooge and Marley.
Well, changing signs costs money, you see, and my employer works very hard at keeping his money, and, well, you see, he has never felt the need to, as he would say, waste hard-earned money to change a perfectly good sign.
Come now, Mr. Cratchit, known to be that stingy.
Not even Mr. Scrooge.
Trust me, children, stingy is my employer's middle name.
Christ! What on earth are you doing wasting my time conversing with these little brats?
Are you Mr. Scrooge?
Why do you care who I am?
Because, sir, we've come to wish Mr. Scrooge a Merry Christmas.
Christmas? Bah humbug! I have no time for such folly. Now be gone, all of you, or I'll call for the constable and have you thrown in jail for trespassing.
But we're only here, sir, to spread some Christmas joy.
To share some of the magic of this glorious season.
Bah!
Why do you suppose he's so angry?
What a shame to be so cross on Christmas Eve.
Oh, come on. Let's not let Mr. Scrooge's sour disposition ruin our holiday.
Mary's right. There are plenty of others this night who will welcome our carols.
How about going to the workhouse? I'm sure they could use some cheer.
I hear they're going to be serving all the beggars a Christmas Eve meal.
A little caroling would be a treat.
That's a jolly good idea, Peter. Let's go.
Okay, let's go.
We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your prince. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year.
The children were only trying to be kind, sir. They were only trying to spread a little bit of Christmas cheer in our lives.
What they did, my lazy employee, was cost me money. They caused you, Mr. Cratchit, to be idle, and I detest idleness.
Well, sir, it's just that it is Christmas Eve and, well, it is 30 minutes past my normal quitting time, and I just thought that
I do not pay you to think, Mr. Cratchit. I pay you to work. Besides, you know that you are here late this evening because of your insane request to have the entire day off tomorrow.
Sir, but tomorrow's Christmas Day.
Please, sir, could you spare one small crust of bread to feed this poor empty stomach? Or perhaps some spare change or a piece of warm clothing to keep this frail body from freezing in the cold?
Who is that outside? How can a man get any work done with all these distractions?
Why, it's a poor old woman. She looks cold and hungry. Would you mind terribly, sir, if we invited her in for just a moment to sit and warm herself? Perhaps offer her a sip of warm apple cider?
What do you think I'm running here? A boarding house for every stray person who roams the streets? You there, woman!
Yes?
Move along. You are blocking the entrance to my shop.
Oh, please, sir. I'm so tired and cold. Just allow me a few short moments inside your establishment to warm my frigid hands and rest my weary feet.
I said, move along. I have no time for your groaning and complaining ways. Are there not plenty of jails or workhouses for you to seek refuge in?
Sir, it would not have hurt us to let her sit inside for only a moment. After all, it is Christmas Eve.
Bah, humbug! Just another day set aside to give people the excuse to be frivolous. How can you speak of Christmas when the wages you make are barely enough to feed your own family? What is this?
What is what, sir?
This!
Oh, that. Well, you see, sir, it was getting dark outside, and I did not want to make any mistakes because of the darkness, and, well, so I lit the candle so I would not make any mistakes, and, well, it gave off such light and such warmth that, before I knew it, it had nearly all melted away.
Ungrateful man. Wax costs money. My hard-earned money. Put a coat on if you are cold. Move closer to the window if you are finding it hard to see. But never burn one of my candles without permission. Is that quite clear, Mr. Cratchit?
Yes, sir.
In such a hurry to leave, Mr. Cratchit? Perhaps, if you dislike your job so much, I should relieve you of your burden.
Oh, no, sir, it's not that at all. I'm very grateful for my employment here. Well, it's just that I promised my wife that I'd be home by 9 o'clock to share in Christmas supper with the family. You know my boy Tim is not well. I want to read him "'Twas the Night Before Christmas" before he goes to bed tonight.
That boy of yours is a diseased cripple who is draining your already meager salary. He should be put away into an institution where he can live out the remainder of his days without causing further harm to you or your family.
I love my boy, and I would never send him away to live with strangers. It is true that my wife and I have very little, but I will continue to care for Tim until he takes his final breath. Good evening, Mr. Scrooge, and Merry Christmas.
Please, sir, could you spare 1 thin sixpence for a crust of bread?
Oh, you poor soul. I fear I do not have a sixpence to spare, but I do have this farthing if you'll take it in the spirit of love.
Frivolous fool!
Oh, thank you, kind sir. You are truly a noble man. May God bless you and yours.
Merry Christmas to you, Mr. Cratchit.
Merry Christmas to you, Abby. What are you doing out here this evening?
I've come to pay my Uncle Ebenezer a visit and invite him to dine with me tomorrow. Perhaps bring a little Christmas cheer into his life.
Abby, I fear that over the years, your uncle is becoming less compassionate and more bitter. The only time I see a small glimpse of happiness is when he is counting his money.
Oh, Mr. Cratchit, I fear that what you say may be true, but my mother truly loved him and saw the good in her brother.
I fear that over the years, all of that good may have been covered by his greed. However, I must be off to my family for Christmas supper, so I wish you the best of luck with your uncle, and Godspeed.
Merry Christmas to you, Uncle Ebenezer.
Bah! Has everyone in the world lost their minds?
Oh, Uncle Ebenezer, don't be so hard. Christmas only comes once a year. Surely even you can see the goodwill and love this season brings.
I see only fools.
I have come, Uncle, to invite you to share my Christmas meal. I've prepared a beautiful goose, dumplings, and your favorite mince pie, just like my mother used to make. I'd be quite honored if you would join me.
I have no time for such nonsense. There will be work to do tomorrow, just as there is every day.
Well, if you happen to finish your work early, Uncle, there'll be a place set for you at my Christmas table.
Do what you must, but you will not find this uncle at any holiday meal.
Well, I really must be running along now, Uncle. Try not to work too late. Perhaps a good night rest will change your decision about tomorrow. Uncle Ebenezer, do try to come. You are the only family I have left.
Bah, humbug! Christmas Eve indeed. Bah! My own niece, my own flesh and blood. Speaking of goodwill and love, goodwill and love have never added one farthing to my coffer.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day.
Stop that singing!
To save us all.
Can't you see that I am trying to sleep? I have books to balance tomorrow, and I must get my rest. I said silence! I should have the parents of those incorrigible children taken before the magistrate and fined for disturbing my slumber.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember
Little brat, I said! My ears must be playing tricks on me. It must be that heavy sauce I had with my supper. I must remember not to eat quite so late. What is that? Who is there?
It is I, Ebenezer! Jacob Marley!
Jacob Marley! Bah! Marley is dead!
Yes? You buried me 7 years ago this very night!
You are in bad dream! That is all you are! You are in bad dream! Caused by a late supper and a weak stomach!
Ebenezer! Ebenezer!
Hey, you figment of my imagination!
You are truly a foolish man! I've been allowed to return for a short time to warn you, Ebenezer.
Warn me!
For 7 years, I've been insolvent! Required to carry the burden of this heavy chain for the evil deeds done in my lifetime. For every lie, a link. For every injustice to mankind, a link was added. Until the weight of my sins was too heavy to bear.
What do your pain and agony have to do with me?
Ebenezer! What you see before you is your own fate. Your chain is now being prepared for you, and is already heavier than mine. The links are being added daily. It is too late for me, Ebenezer, but you still have time.
Bah! You talk nonsense. You were a fool in life, and now you are a fool in death.
You must listen to me. The spirits will be here soon to take me back.
Back? Back where?
To eternal torment!
Why did they allow you to return?
To give you one last chance at redemption. Tonight you'll be visited by 3 spirits. One from your past, one from your present, and one from your future. The first will come at the stroke of 10, the second at 11, and the final and most important will make his appearance at the stroke of midnight. Heed and listen well, Ebenezer. For these 3 spirits hold your fate in their hands.
What a dream I had. It threw me clear out of my bed. Marley came back from the dead. 3 spirits to visit me. Bah! Ah! Who are you? What are you doing in my room? Leave my house at once, or I shall call the authorities and have you arrested.
Oh, Ebenezer. Mere prison bars could not hold me, for I am but a fleeting vapour. I'm sent to show you many things, Ebenezer.
How do you know my name?
Ebenezer Scrooge. I know more than just your name. Why, my knowledge of your life is great, for I am the spirit of Christmas past.
Molly spoke of your visit, but I did not believe.
It matters not what you believe, only that you learn from what I have to show to you. Now come quickly, our time is short and there's much to see.
Mother! That's my mother! But how is this possible? She died when I was a young man of only 30.
You see, Ebenezer, it is true that the ones you love physically died, but it is also true that their memory and influence was forever in your mind.
I do not want her to see me. All she ever gave me were heartache and sadness. She was an unkind woman.
Oh, fear not, Ebenezer, for she is not flesh and bone, just a memory of a young boy who so desperately needed her love.
Yes.
Mother! I've something to give you, Mother.
What kind of foolishness have you been up to, Ebenezer? You bring me a gift when you know the money you wasted on it could help put food on our table.
But Mother, I've worked and saved all year long so that I could buy you something to make you smile. I hope you will like it.
You were apprenticed to Mr. Fezziwig to help make ends meet since your father's death, not so you could throw your wages away on stupid gifts.
There was never any love or happiness in our home when I was a lad.
Ah, but there was Ebenezer, and her name was Elizabeth.
Merry Christmas, Mother. Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
I had all but forgotten my dear sister Elizabeth.
Why are you home so early from the mill? My boss was kind enough to give us the afternoon off. He said for every kindness shown to another, you'll receive it back tenfold. So his Christmas gift to us was the entire afternoon off. Don't leave, Mother. Can't you see how wonderful and generous his gift was? Now we can spend Christmas Day together as a family. When my 2 children speak of generosity and frivolous gifts, it is still my job to see that we can pay our rent so you don't freeze to death in this bitter December cold.
Perhaps your knitting will fetch a good price in the city square this afternoon, Mother. It is Christmas Day, and someone will surely see its craftsmanship and pay a high price for it, to give it as an extra special gift.
And with that extra money, we could buy a small goose and have a Christmas feast. Extra money? There is no such thing as extra money. Today is like any other. I shall purchase broth from the corner store, and there are a few crusts of bread left in the cupboard. That, my greedy children, will be our supper. Christmas feast indeed.
My mother's heart was taken from her the day we laid my father in the grave.
Very true. She allowed the death of her husband to all but take her own life as well.
Don't cry, Ebenezer. Mother doesn't mean to be so harsh. She just has too many burdens to carry.
But it's Christmas, Beth, and we have no gifts and no goose. We don't even have a Christmas wreath to hang on our door.
Look what I bought from Mr. Longfellow's store on the way home.
Lollipops!
Christmas lollipops.
Oh, Beth, they're beautiful. But Mother would scold you if she finds out that you spent your money on them.
Mother need not find out. She's gone to the city square to sell her knitting, and she'll be gone for hours. We've all the time we need to celebrate Christmas before she gets home. Merry Christmas, Ebenezer.
Merry Christmas, Beth.
Beth always did have a way of bringing sunshine to the gloomiest of days.
Yes. She was was so sweet, and so innocent.
What happened to her in life was unfair.
Her only goal was to love others, Ebenezer.
It served no purpose.
We shall see. We shall soon see.
No! No, Spirit, take me from here. I do not wish to see this Christmas.
Please, Beth, don't die and leave me here. You're all that I have.
Ebenezer, you must be strong now. For my child, your niece, born this Christmas Eve.
But I don't want to be strong for the child. It is because of her that you are dying.
It frightens me so that I will not be here to raise and love her.
No, Beth, no!
You must take my place in her life. You must teach her to see the good in the world and protect her from all that is ugly and spiteful. I've named her Ebby, after you, my most loved brother. I must rest now. I'm so tired. So very tired.
Beth!
Remember, I love you, Ebenezer.
No! No, Beth, don't go!
Mother! Mother! Beth's dead! She's dead!
Don't be a crybaby, Ebenezer. Your sister brought shame to this family. And as for the child born in her sin, well, she shall pay for what her mother's done.
Mother! Give her back! Beth gave her to me! She named her after me!
Oh, don't be ridiculous. You're nothing but a child yourself. You couldn't handle the burdens of caring for an infant. Speak not of what has happened here this day, Ebenezer. Dry your eyes. Do not mourn for a sister who received exactly what she deserved.
Oh, my dear Abby, her life has been so full of trials and unhappiness. My mother never let her forget that she was the reason for our family's shame.
Yes. But Abby endured your mother's wrath, Ebenezer, and in her own sweet way learned to love.
Spirit, who is that young man? Do I know him?
Why, look closer, Ebenezer. You know him very well.
Oh, Spirit, it is me. No, Spirit, take me from this place. It is only filled with pain and loss.
But what about Abby?
Uncle Ebenezer! Uncle Ebenezer!
What is it, child?
I waited and waited at home for you, but I couldn't wait any longer, so I ran all the way here.
This is not a good time. Go on home and I'll be home in a while.
But Uncle, you're never home anymore, and I miss you so. It's Christmas Eve, Uncle, and I need your help to write a letter to St. Nicholas. I'll burn it in our fireplace. The ashes will be carried on the wind all the way to the North Pole. I want to ask him for a special gift for Grandmother. Perhaps if she has something pretty, it will make her smile.
It'll take more than a gift to make your grandmother smile, Abby. However, you're a fine speller. I'm sure you can master one small, insignificant letter by yourself. Now run along home. I have many hours of accounts left to finish.
I will go, Uncle, but I'll try my very best to stay awake until you return home. St. Nicholas might answer my letter quicker if he knew that you helped me write it and wanted a gift for Grandmother also.
Whatever you say, Abby. Abby, wait. Go to bed tonight, and tomorrow you may find something special from St. Nicholas under your pillow.
Oh, Uncle Ebenezer, I do love you so. And Merry Christmas.
Sleep well, Abby. Bills. And past due notes. Bah! Christmas time is a bother. It only gives my customers an excuse to be tardy on their accounts. And then they come to me, expecting me to work miracles. After all, I'm only a man. I can't balance their books if they are lax with their funds.
I was a handsome young man, but not very cheerful.
Oh, Ebenezer, are you still slaving over those books? Why, it's Christmas Eve, my friend. And your beautiful Sarah waits our arrival for supper.
It is my partner, Jacob Molly. Molly was always fond of Sarah.
Yes, that was one thing Marley was right about. You would have fared better had you listened to your old friend.
We mustn't keep Sarah and her family waiting any longer. They were expecting us over an hour ago.
Jacob, Molly, if you are to continue to be my partner, you must understand that nothing will come before our work.
Nothing, Ebenezer?
Sarah!
Darling,
I thought I would find you here. Supper has been prepared for nearly half an hour. Mother and father have begun to worry that something horrible had happened to you.
yes, I was just on my way out and telling Jacob that we should be...
I heard what you said, Ebenezer. I put up with your family with late hours all year long, but I expect you to consider me and my family during the holidays.
You know how hard I've worked to start this shop, Sarah. This store is important to our future.
You know, why don't we all just go over to Sarah's and dig into that delicious Christmas goose? It seems all our nerves are a bit on edge tonight, and a glorious feast always calms me down.
You go on, Jacob. I have a few things to discuss with Ebenezer. We'll be along shortly.
Remember, Sarah, even though he's a stubborn man, I know he loves you. Don't make a mistake tonight, you might both regret it.
Is this all that I have to look forward to from our life together? Long nights alone, never knowing whether you attend gatherings or not. Ebenezer, are you listening to me?
I'm sorry, did you say something, Sarah?
I said, I don't think I can live like this, Ebenezer. I'm not going to marry you.
Sarah, have I not given you everything a young woman of status would ever want? The gowns, the jewelry, the money.
You cannot buy a person's love, Ebenezer. It is true that on the outside, I have all that a woman could dream of. However, the one thing I do not have is you. You lock yourself inside this tomb you call an office day and night, only to emerge on occasion to parade me around your arm like a prize. I'm tired, hurt, and not strong enough to go on with this charade.
I love you, Sarah.
You love me? I'm just a convenience that makes you look presentable to the rest of the world. You love me? No, Ebenezer. You love money.
No! No, Sarah, you are wrong! I did love you. As much as I could ever love any human being.
Ebenezer, it is not your past that holds hope, but your future. My time with you is finished.
Hold all the people, winter of life, we tremble in shadows this cold endless night. Frozen in the snow, lie roses sleeping, flowers that will echo the sunrise. Fire of hope is our only warmth. Weary is flame, will be dying soon.
Why are you shocked to see me, Ebenezer? According to my orders, I was to arrive precisely at 11 o'clock. And if my ears serve me right, the clock just struck 11 times. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the spirit of Christmas present.
Your spirit's where? On this old man. I need my rest.
Rest? Why, one can always rest. Tonight the whole world is in celebration. I'm here to take you to a party.
I'm not properly dressed to go out tonight. Nor am I in the mood.
Oh, it makes no difference, Scrooge. To a party we will be going.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joy
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas to you and your family, Mr. Cratchit.
We've come to wish Tiny Tim a Merry Christmas.
We know he's sick and can't get about.
Oh, Father, how wonderful to have such friends at this time of year.
Do you know Deck the Halls? It's Tiny Tim's favorite.
Why, of course we do. It's our favorite too.
Would you like to sing it with us?
Yes, that'd be such fun.
The halls with boughs of holly, fa la 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 la. 'Tis the season to be jolly, fa la 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 la. Don we now our gay apparel, fa la 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 la. Troll the ancient Yuletide carol, fa la 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 la.
How wonderful. Wait a moment, children. I'll bring you each a Christmas cookie.
Oh. My mother's cookies are the best cookies you'll ever eat. I think it's because she put so much love into each and every one.
Here you are.
English shortbread fresh from the oven, my favorite. And the taste is good as they look.
Thank you, ma'am, but we need to be on our way now.
We have several more families to visit this Christmas. Bye.
Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Why does the woman give away food when she barely has enough to feed her own family?
I like her. She's learned that giving makes one feel richer in heart.
Our goose is ready. Amy, dear, help me set the table.
Yes, Mother. The goose smells especially good this year.
Not quite as large as I would have liked it, but I'm sure that it will still be tender and tasty.
Oh, Father, you've always picked a fine goose.
Don't worry, Father. I don't need much. I'm the smallest one, so I should get the least.
Now, Tim, you know the doctor says that you must try to eat to keep up your strength. I'm sure that there will be plenty for all of us. No thanks to your boss, Mr. Scrooge.
How fortunate for us that Mr. Scrooge is not here today. It would take 2 of our geese just to beat his large ego.
He would have to eat all of our cake just to sweeten his disposition.
Now, Mother, you know that it is only because of Mr. Scrooge that we have any of this food at all.
Yes, that man speaks the truth.
Hush, Scrooge. The man hasn't finished yet.
Because of Mr. Scrooge, we dine on a goose the size of a sparrow. We eat beans instead of yams, and we drink the finest water that money can buy.
Now, I believe the man is finished.
But the man needs to watch his tongue, or else he will be seeking employment elsewhere.
But Ebenezer, the man only speaks the truth.
Tim, would you like to thank the good Lord for our meal this evening?
Oh, yes, Father. Dear Lord, bless this food we are about to eat. Be with Father, and let him know that even though we have little, we all know that he works very hard and does the best he can. Comfort my mother and ease the worry about me she carries in her heart. Be with my sister Amy, and always look out for her as she does for me. Bless all those in the world less fortunate than us, especially Mr. Scrooge.
Less fortunate? The boy talks nonsense. He has a crippled mind as well as a crippled leg.
Ebenezer, you must listen to what the boy says. It is true that he cannot walk with his crippled leg. But you, Scrooge, you do not fully live because of your crippled heart.
Amen.
Oh, Tim, I wish I had your forgiving spirit. I know that Mr. Scrooge needs our prayers, but I find it hard to pray for such a wicked man.
Oh, Amy, don't give up so easily. I believe there's good in everyone, even Mr. Scrooge.
I believe in Mr. Scrooge's case, if there is good, it's buried so deep only a miracle could bring it out.
Miracles happen every day, Mother. I just know that there'll be one for Mr. Scrooge.
You're right, Tiny Tim. The miracle is happening now.
Merry Christmas, Cratchit family!
It's Evie!
I hope I'm not too late sharing your Christmas meal. I waited for hours, but my uncle chose not to come. And well, I have so much food that I couldn't possibly eat it all myself. I would so love it if you would allow me to join in your wonderful holiday party. Why, of course, Abby. You know you are always welcome at our table. Such another place for our guest, Amy. I had so hoped that this mince pie would have enticed my uncle. But I guess his work was more important than my love.
Well, Evie, it won't go to waste. Mince pie is Tim's favorite.
Oh, Mother, could you save me a piece for tomorrow? I'm too tired tonight to enjoy it.
Tim, I'll make sure we have the biggest piece saved for you tomorrow morning. But for tonight, I think it's time for bed, don't you? Come on.
Martha, Tim seems to be getting worse. What do the doctors say?
They say they could help him with an operation.
Well, that's good. How soon do you plan upon this operation?
Never. We don't have enough money for the doctors.
The infection has spread. The doctors say that without the proper treatment, he'll be with the Lord within the year.
Oh, dear Martha. I am not a rich woman. However, I do have some money set aside. You are welcome to it all.
I'm afraid it would take more than even you have, but thank you for your concern and generosity.
It's hard to believe that you are the niece of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Uncle Ebenezer would never allow Tim to die if he knew about this operation.
He knows.
Your uncle refused to give my husband a raise when he told him of this operation. Because of the stinginess of Mr. Scrooge, my son is going to die.
Oh, dear. I fear my uncle has become much more hard-hearted than I ever would have dreamed.
It's time to move on, Ebenezer, and show you what your future holds.
But Spirit, what happens to the boy?
That's something you will soon know, Ebenezer.
My future cannot be as bad as what I've already witnessed.
Well, I'm afraid, Ebenezer, the worst is yet to come.
I bring a message of doom and despair, heartbreak and sadness. Death hangs in the air. This man's only hope, his last chance to change, will be how he views these scenes I arrange. Spirit of future, I'm Scrooge's worst dream. He is a lost soul that I strive to redeem. Ebenezer, it is I you now fear. Come journey with me, for your future is near.
Spirit, I am neither ready nor willing to know what my future holds. The two spirits before you have shown me much grief. I cannot stand to see any more suffering.
With me you will go, some place you must see, for it holds many truths for your destiny.
My darling, try not to grieve so. Tim's pain is gone now, and he will celebrate Christmas Day in the arms of the angels.
Oh, I know my Tim's laughter will add much joy to the heavens, but our lives will be so empty without him.
Tim was a special boy. He always put others first, even at the very end. We never saw him cry because he knew it would hurt us. That's why, Mother, we must be brave. He would have never wanted us to be sad.
Amy is right, Martha. Even though Tim only spent a short time on this world, we must try to remember the good things that he has left us.
I cannot believe the boy is really dead.
A loving, kind boy, he died young, 'tis true. His very last words were a prayer for you.
I've come to pay my respects to your wonderful son. I'll miss your smile, Tiny Tim. We all will.
Ebby, if only your Uncle Scrooge could have found it in his heart to help pay for Tim's operation, he would still be here with us, smiling today.
Your uncle would not have missed the small sum of money needed to save my dying boy.
Ebenezer Scrooge had the fate of my child in his hand, and he let his greed take him from us.
I'm so sorry, but you must try to understand that there is nothing I can say or do to justify my uncle's action.
We hold nothing against you, Abby. You've only ever shown our family kindness and love. However, we must be on our way now. We have a Christmas goose waiting for us at home.
Yes, Father. Tim would have wanted us to celebrate. Christmas was his favorite day of the year.
Merry Christmas to you, Abby. You know you are always welcome at our table.
No, you go on. I have another grave I must visit before I can leave. Why is your grave such a hard place to visit? My heart is full of so many different things. I feel so alone, and yet I have a sense of relief because you are gone. I spent my entire life trying to make you love me, but now I know that you never did. I was only a burden that was thrust upon you. I feel hurt and betrayed by your indifference to me. For so long, I searched for something that would touch your heart and soften it. But now I know that I could have searched for an eternity and never found it. I am truly ashamed of you and all that you stood for.
Spirit, this cannot be my Abby. She never has an unkind word for anyone. Who could have upset her so? Spirit, who is in this grave? I cannot make out the name on the tombstone.
Ebenezer Scrooge from this world did part, an untimely death caused by his cold heart.
No! Spirit, I do not want to die! I do not want the boy to die, Spirit! I cannot let Abby hate me!
Ebenezer, learn from your past.
Your presence is all you have. Enjoy it.
We've come to wish Mr. Scrooge a Merry Christmas.
What kind of foolishness have you been up to, Ebenezer? Just one small crust of bread.
Nothing will come before our work.
Oh, Uncle Ebenezer, I love you so. We don't have enough money for the doctors.
Please, Beth, don't die and leave me here. You're all that I have.
I spent my entire life trying to make you love me.
Ebenezer, you must be strong now. My child, your niece, born this Christmas Eve.
If there is good, it's buried so deep only a miracle could bring it out.
Even though he's a stubborn man, I know he loves you.
Your uncle would not have missed the small sum of money needed to save my dying boy.
You love me? No, Ebenezer. You love money.
Bless all those in the world less fortunate than us, especially Mr. Scrooge.
God rest ye merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay. Remember Christ our Savior was born on Christmas Day, to save us all from Satan's power when we were gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, comfort and joy. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy.
You there, children!
Us, sir?
Yes! Come over to the window. I want to ask you something.
I don't think we should go in. He frightens me.
Oh, he doesn't scare me. Come on. We're sorry we woke you, sir.
We weren't aware anyone was sleeping at this hour.
That is quite all right, my boy. I was a man in desperate need of being awoken. Tell me, lad, what day is it?
Why, Mr. Scrooge, it's Christmas Day.
Everyone knows that.
By jolly, then it is not too late. Tell me, do I look pale to you?
You look just fine, Mr. Scrooge. In fact, I don't think you've ever looked any better.
He seems different.
It's hard to believe that's Mr. Scrooge.
I think he's finally got the Christmas spirit.
It sure seems that way.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year. I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer. Have a holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear, oh by golly, have a holly jolly Christmas this year.
You know, come to think of it, I haven't felt this good in my entire life.
Why, you're a fine dancer, Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you all.
Merry Christmas.
You there, woman!
Forgive me, sir. I'm not staying. I'm just passing by on my way to the workhouse.
Nonsense, you are coming with me.
Coming with you? Where, sir?
Just a moment. Young man, do you know the butcher shop on the corner?
I do.
Here, take this money. Run down to the butcher shop and buy me the biggest and juiciest goose that you see. Meet me at the Cratchit's home in 15 minutes.
Yes, sir, but this is far too much money for just one goose. I shall be sure to bring you your change.
Do not be silly, my boy. Keep it. It is my Christmas gift to you. Now all you dear children run along. I have plenty to do. After all, it is Christmas Day.
Merry Christmas! Sir, are you all right?
Not, sir. Call me Ebenezer. And your name is?
Matty.
Well, Matty, the truth is, things have never been more right in my entire life. I have the love of a niece, a successful business, a faithful employee, and the means to help all those in need. And that, my lovely lady, is exactly what I intend to do. Now, I would be thrilled if you would join me at the Cratchit's home for Christmas supper on this fine day.
A real Christmas supper?
And mince pie for dessert. Now come along. The hour's late, and I want to arrive before that sweet lad Tiny Tim goes to bed. I have something to do for him as well.
Oh, sir, I mean Ebenezer, I don't know what to say.
Say you'll join me and help celebrate this glorious day.
Of course I'll join you. Merry Christmas to you, Ebenezer.
Merry Christmas to you, Matty.
Oh.
Be with my sister Amy, and always look out for her as she does for me. Bless all those in the world less fortunate than us, especially Mr. Scrooge. Amen.
Oh, Tim, I wish I had your forgiving spirit. I know that Mr. Scrooge needs our prayers, but I find it hard to pray for such a wicked man.
Oh, Amy, don't give up so easily. I believe there's good in everyone, even Mr. Scrooge.
Merry Christmas, Cratchit family.
Who is that yelling? It sounds like... No, it couldn't be.
It's Mr. Scrooge, Mother, and it looks like he's coming this way. He's being followed by an old beggar woman.
Probably escorting her to the county workhouse if I know Mrs. Scrooge.
It's Christmas Day, Mother. Perhaps he's coming to wish us a Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Cratchit family. Merry Christmas to you all.
Good day, Mr. Scrooge.
And to you likewise, Mr. Cratchit. I was wondering if my friend Matty and I could join you for Christmas supper on this fine day.
We barely have enough for our own family. I don't see how we could feed two more.
Don't worry, Mother. I don't need much.
Is that your boy Tiny Tim I hear? You tell him he can eat as much as he would like. I have a surprise for him. In fact, it should be arriving any minute now.
Here you are, Mr. Scrooge, the biggest and juiciest goose I could find.
Thank you, my boy. Give my best holiday wishes to your parents. Tell them to come on down to my shop after the new year, and I'll balance their books for half price.
Thank you, sir. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Now, Mr. Cratchit, are you eager to see what's inside this bag?
I am. Father asked them to come in.
Well, anyone is welcome at our house on Christmas Day. Oh, come on in. Come. Inside. Yes.
That's the biggest basket I've ever seen.
Cratchit, why don't you take a peek inside and let's see what's in it?
Oh, Mother, it's the largest goose in the world.
Mr. Scrooge, our family thanks you for your generosity.
Come, Cratchit, let us take this bird into the kitchen and cook it. I need to speak to you about a long overdue raise.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's a miracle. I never thought I would see this day. A goose helping the homeless and a raise for your father.
We are very blessed this Christmas Day, Mother.
Merry Christmas, Cratchit family.
It's Abby.
I hope I'm not too late to share in your Christmas meal. I waited for hours, but my uncle chose not to come.
Is that mince pie I smell?
Uncle Ebenezer?
Merry Christmas, my dear niece. I've been anticipating your arrival. Now tell me, can I have a taste of this mince pie before we begin to eat? It is my favorite, you know. Such wonderful memories this pie brings back to me. It tastes just like my sweet Elizabeth made it. Please, all of you join me.
But it will spoil our supper.
Spoil your supper? Why, this is a party. One should be allowed to have some fun on Christmas Day. And everybody dig in.
Mother, is it all right?
Well, it's your favorite. I don't see what it would hurt.
Abby, I do believe that is the best mince pie I have ever tasted. You have truly outdone yourself on this one.
I think it's grand that Mr. Scrooge and I can share our favorite pie on this holiday.
Tiny Tim, I believe we have more in common than just mince pie. And I plan on spending more time with you, boy, to find out exactly what those things are.
That would be wonderful.
I almost forgot. This is for you, Tiny Tim.
Thank you, sir. Amy, what does it say?
To Tiny Tim, the boy who believed in miracles. From Ebenezer Scrooge, the man who wants to make your miracles come true.
The money in that envelope will more than cover the cost of Tiny Tim's operation. I want to see the boy live a long and happy life.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Scrooge. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts.
I can't tell you how much this means to us.
Uncle Ebenezer, what you have done for Tim, it's a wonderful thing. I am so proud to call you Uncle.
Abby, there is something I need to say to you. There's something I have needed to say for a long time.
Yes, Uncle Ebenezer?
You have been the most constant blessing in my entire life. Thank you, Abby, for never giving up on this poor old man. I love you, Abby.
Remember, Ebenezer, I've always loved you both.
God bless Mr. Scrooge. God bless us, everyone.
Well, now you all know all about my most unusual gift. It has taught me the true meaning of love. I was a man ruled by great wealth, yet this gift cost not a penny, but it meant everything in the world to me. I hope that by sharing it with you, it has touched your own hearts as well. Now may your holidays be filled with good friends, good family, and most importantly, love. Now as my friend Tiny Tim would say, God bless us, everyone.